This is the third video, and if you haven't already seen the first one and you're coming to this fresh, please do look at the first video and the second one, because the first one looks at how Press Release Recipe converts the stuff you put into these boxes, how it converts it to a PHP and then a Microsoft Word document. So don't forget to do that, please. Otherwise this won't make a great deal of sense. In order to cut down the timing of this video, because there's nothing worse, as I said earlier on in the previous videos, seeing a training video that goes on for 37 minutes or a webinar or something that goes on for longer. What I'm trying to do is to, as I always do with press releases, is to do things in bite-sized chunks. Time is of the essence. So I've just gone down to paragraph 2, and I have actually populated this for the purposes of this video. But I'll read it out to you, because what I want to get across is the fact that what you're doing is colouring the story with more information. So having hooked your journalist, hooked your reader, depending on whether you're offline or you're offline dealing with journalists direct, maybe by telephone, using your press contacts, or you're online and you're going down direct to a website such as I don't know, PR Log or PR Web or something like that. You can, or a free press release site. All the time you're trying to keep your reader engaged. It's no different really from, in that sense, from sales copy. You're following the attention, interest, desire, action formula, the AIDA formula. You don't want people to give up, because by the time you get down here, which is paragraph 6, you want them to take action. So although the first paragraph and the headline in the last video are very insightful and they will hook your reader, what you want to do is keep them hooked, so you get them down to here, because what you want them to do, you want to do something with your traffic. You want to make sure that you're increasing your traffic. So what I've populated this with is, in an online survey conducted by the authority website weight.com, that's you or me or whatever it is, women confess to talking more about their weight loss program than sex, which came a lowly third. Women were particularly concerned about the issue of obesity in particular. As I say, you can mess about with this at the other end of Press Release Recipe. I'm not quite 100% happy with that sentence, so I can, as I say, move it around a little bit later on. But what we've done here, and the important thing to bear in mind, is we've used we put flesh on the bones. We've started to put flesh on the bones of the story. First off, we have the skeleton of the story, we have the impact, and now we want to increase interest, we want to also increase desire. To enhance desire, people need to, hey, I want this, I want to find out more, and then you're getting down to here, which is the call to action. How can we do this? What I normally do is that I use quotes. So when I'm talking about quotes, we're not talking about quotes for building extensions or Windows or something, but quotable quotes, things in inverted commas. And if you can get a third-party quote, that's all the better, because otherwise, because it gives you what in effect is a testimonial for the angle of your story, a testimonial for your story to underpin what you're actually saying. So this one I've chosen here, I've made it up in fact, let's say the survey said, allowed people to comment in the final paragraph. For me, the main issue was not so much how sexy I could be, but how healthy I could be. The rest followed suit in my experience, said Karen from whatever location in Georgia. And then we get to the paragraph 4, and we can colour even more. So we've got our quote, we've got our bit that tells the story in more detail, and now we are concerned more here with statistics. It doesn't have to be statistics, but statistics do help. You're providing a multifaceted document here, which is has numbers in it, it has quotations in it. It increases your chances of being included in somebody's editorial somewhere else, and that is one of the major objectives of a press release. So I put again, made these statistics up. 72% of women between the ages of 30, when asked, what do you talk about at work, most replied, weight loss. And there's that keyword in there. Let's get Georgia in there. In the state of Georgia. Never been to Georgia, by the way, so it's a place I wouldn't mind visiting at some stage. Perhaps travel up from Florida. Anyway, I digress. A call to action is essential. What do you want the reader to do? Visit your website, register for a course, phone you, attend an event. All these things here are suggestions about what you want them to do. It's pointless writing a press release if you don't have a call to action, particularly if you're writing about a product or an event. So I put this, typed in this here, during Weight Loss Georgia Week, WeightWeight is offering readers free access to their ebook at weightweight.com or visit their Facebook. Don't overload it too much, particularly if you're dealing with journalists and editors offline, because they will give you some leeway on a call to action, not always. They have every right to cut all this out, by the way. But if it's integrated into the story, your website is integrated into the story, and it gives their readers something to go at, like an offer or don't forget, they want their readers to read their magazine or their newspaper or be engaged on their radio stations. So don't forget to put your call to action there. Once again, don't overload it. And all this down here is pretty self-explanatory. You've got your note to editors here. Once again, go back to the first video if you're not sure what I'm talking about. What's the difference between the main body of the news release and what you want to say to editors, which is your note to editors. And this is all self-explanatory too, so we won't go through that one at this stage. So in this video we've covered the middle part, putting meat on the bones of your press release using press release recipe, and once again we submit there, and we'll get to the holding page, and then onwards from that to Microsoft Word. Hope you've enjoyed watching the first 3 videos about a press release recipe, and don't forget to visit the website pressreleaserecipe.com or my blog, which is effective-media, effective-media.co.uk. Thanks for watching, and enjoy using Press Release Recipe.